How about this now? There we go. Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm just gonna kind of get right on into it because I'm Nancy and I just want to sew. So, I'm going to, I know, I'm like always, not always, but periodically, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try something new. And then I haven't, or I do it and then I don't stick with it. So, the current let's try something new that may or may not get stuck with is I'm gonna try doing some sewing on Monday nights. Let's see how long this lasts. I did a little bit of this off-screen this morning. I'm working on the bodice, and this is the ruffle that's going to go around the neck. I got the ruffle put together, and now started pinning it on. Also trying something new with the camera in the corner here. Hopefully that works all right. Seems to be okay. Fun story when I move it to, if I go to the chatting, which I've never used, but I could use. And now I have a reason to use it, because if I go to it, you can see all the way over to the sewing machine, the ironing board. Like so. Look at that. Look at all that space way over there. So much more stuff than you've ever seen, I'm pretty sure. So that's kind of cool. What did I do with that pin? I hope I put it away. Or I'll find the surprise. Having a little bit of a tough time envisioning in my head how this seam ends up working. So I'm pinning the ruffle, like usually when I'm gonna pin something to the outside, we're doing right sides together and then you flip it out. And then the seam gets stuck inside, or it's enclosed. But that's not what we're doing with this one. We're pinning the wrong side, or the back, of the ruffle to the outside, or the right side of the shirt, the bodice top. And I'll stitch that. But then I guess this seam will end up stitching, like I open it out and stitch it down to create the casing for the elastic. I don't know. We're gonna have to just trust the process. Wasn't sure I was gonna have enough pins to go all the way around with the all-tip ones, but it looks like I do. It's alright that I turned up the volume of the music when I was reading it back or watching it back yesterday from yesterday's stream. It seemed a little on the quiet side. Do I overpin? Possibly. This stuff is so slinky, and it does not stick to itself well. I would rather clean the bejeebus out of it. Scooch too far. Shouldn't really matter where I do that, but I'm gonna start and stop it off the back. Steam. on that side. Pin wrong side of neck ruffle to right side of upper edge of bodice, matching centers and placing small dots at armhole seams. Stitch. Now we stitch. I thought I had a stitching a fold into the bodice part. Don't do that. Almost halfway there. through YouTube yesterday or Sunday, right? Yeah, yesterday, and saw a video from Rachel Maxey about how she recovered her gaming chair, that she wanted to be more vintage looking, just not like a gaming chair, and I want to do something similar. I'm not going to go all out. She used some epoxy and made it look like it had wood on the top and made the armrests look like wood. I'm not that interested in making it all look like wood, but be a different color. Still 100% going to be making covers for the armrests, so even if I don't end up making a whole cover for the chair. And the bodice seam allowance only to within a 1/4 inch of stitching. So that means inside is the side that gets trimmed. It's gonna be awkward no matter what. And inside out. I wanted to lay flat.
I feel so alive. I've never felt this way before. It must be you and I. It's got me thinking about us more. It's these bright lights, they put me in a daze, and I can't stop to think about the way that you move around up and down on that stage. It's your future vibes. bright lights, they put me in a daze, and I can't stop but think about the way that you move around up and down on that stage as your future vibes. Bright lights, they put me in a daze, and I can't stop but think about the way that you move around up and down on that stage as your future vibes.
Deal. That's what happens. Just need to on the bottom side. So it's gonna end up getting open, stitch down that way, and like you're just folding it in on the seam allowance. Miranda doesn't really say anything about it. I don't know. It just kind of, I guess it sorts itself out. So it should be fine so long as you fish that. The current seam allowance, or current seam is the top edge. We'll figure it out. Press seam towards bodice, pressing neck ruffle out. Pressing seam towards bodice. Hey look, I can use the fun new wide angle, and I'll be all the way over there, ironing. on it. This is gonna be really weird sewing. Just basically enveloping the shortened seam allowance that I cut in, and that will leave space inside for the elastic to run through. troublesome getting the elastic through. Kind of the hodgepodge of all the different nature sounds that they had in that intro. One of them sounding like an eagle or a hawk. Friday afternoon, I was leaving work. I guess it'd been Thursday, I guess is the start of the story, where one of my coworkers said, "Hey, have you seen or heard the hawk that seems to be around here somewhere? I wonder if it lives nearby." I was like, well, I didn't hear anything, but I did see something circling up in the sky. I didn't think a whole lot of it, but okay, yeah, interesting. So then, Friday, going home, and I'm passing, there's a large cemetery up the street from the clinic I work at, and this big ol' hawk comes in and lands on the road. Now the road is a divided four lane, yeah, 2 lanes in each direction, so 4 lane. It's got a median and everything. It lands on the side away, coming against traffic. And like, it's playing chicken with the cars. Like, it's just sitting there with its wings up at like the oncoming traffic, and this is 5:15, 5:20 on a Friday. Pretty heavy traffic. It eventually flew away, but it was like, and all the cars, of course, slowed down to make sure they didn't hit it. But like, I don't know what was on the road, but it wanted to defend or try to scoop the rest of the cars off them, and I meant to tell my coworker today that I saw the eagle, or hawk, again, I don't know, I think it's a hawk. did stitch the sleeve seam, kind of hold it up at will 100%. Be problematic. I tried to thread the elastic through. just an opening. Okay. Yeah. Just about halfway. The notches. Looks about good. I just have to make sure I don't stitch the rest of the garment to where I'm stitching. So what the pins are getting stuck on? Causing them to like go sideways through the pressure fit. Stop your nonsense, please. We're almost there. Almost there. I see the end. Seeing where the pins stop. Piece of elastic, length of elastic guide, coordinate, insert elastic, through opening in casing. Machine for this part. Look, I found the elastic guide for the neck. I did find the elastic guide for the arms, which, I mean, now it's too late, but turns out I was pretty close. some elastic. I'm going to put this guy piece in the envelope. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a big what else could there? Tail end to go sideways with it to discourage any of it falling into the casing where I don't want it. So, yeah, along the line with the end that I want to use for my sticking it through, and crosswise where I want it to stop. I hope that makes sense. That's too much bite tonight. Peace out. Sure there's any way I can make any part of this at all interesting or exciting. Alright, well, that worked out. beautiful day. Thanks for stopping by. Come across at a not so entertaining or exciting portion of this project, but putting elastic in a neckband. Much excites, I know. Costume that I started, to my best of my knowledge, probably around 8 years ago. I've got everything cut out, well, except for the kind of corset top that I don't have cut out yet. And I'm not really sure what the plan was at the time for making that corset. I'll have to come up with something. Worried about safety pin that I have the elastic connected to. For cosplay, a Ren Fair, just hobby? Oh, thank you. It was initially for a Ren Fair, but making it all out of polyester, taffeta, like there is some cotton, but it's not going to be any real part of the, it's like a part of the peplum of the skirt. It's just get it done. I'll probably wear it to, I could wear it to either as a cosplay to a convention, or I could probably do it to, say, like one of the later KCRF here in the city Ren Fair dates, because they do go into October. And a few years ago, it darn near snowed, so on the last weekend. So I could do it on a chilly day. What am I gonna do here? It's just running into. Just had to complain about it a little bit more, and then it goes through. My whole goal for this going on the stream is to get through my massive, I suppose it may not be that massive, but I have a lot of fabric and projects that I had every intention of doing. I generally started over the 7 years that I worked at the Hancock Fabric Store, and just never got around to them, or I started them, I didn't finish them, like this particular one. So I would like to get through all of my fabric. Or if not all of it, a lot of it. So far I have gotten through the pillows that my brother asked me to make 5 years ago. Those were that's what I started on this little channel. For the pillows out of his army shirts. And then I've finished up the Daenerys costume that I started at the beginning of COVID, thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna have time to sew. Then realizing quickly that I wasn't gonna have anywhere to wear it. So then I stopped sewing for a couple of years. And I was like, you know, I just really want to get through some of this stuff. I used to sew with a friend as a business, and it was fun. It was a wonderfully creative outlet. Now I'm not sewing for anybody else. For the most part. Okay, so I made the pillows for my brother, and I did take the sleeves off of a jacket and made it into a vest from a friend for a Las Vegas trip. But for the most part, I don't take commissions. Just doing my thing. Halfway there. Oh. By length. Are you a crafter, sewer? With leather, I have not. I'm gonna say that I have not. I have done some stamping on pre-cut leather, like bookmarks, as a craft, but I have not actually done any creating with leather. I have a friend who does. I have several friends who do, actually. Things that they can come up with. It's pretty cool. Industrial designer. Oh, nice. Most of the time I work with wood and fiberglass. That's pretty impressive. Like anything that I have done outside of fabric crafts, because I'm pretty much just a fabric crafter. really haven't delved much into anything outside of done some play. Paper mache. That's really the extent of it. Oh no, not a problem. So you can spell English is not your native language. My writing is a little rusted. No worries. Not at all. I don't think, some native English speakers also don't spell or grammar quite right. Myself included. Oh, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Can I ask what is? What is your native language? I'm always curious what, where folks are from and... I found it rather entertaining that in the gaming groups that I'm in, there aren't a lot of French Canadians, or at least Canadians who speak French a lot, and that is new to me. I'm used to, like in the area where I live, it's predominantly the next most spoken language would be Spanish, and so to have a community of French speakers. Just say nothing of the, I think the actual French folks. There's at least one, maybe two, who are actually from France. And then I enjoy them all talking amongst themselves. You're from Mexico? Okay, nice. I'd say that's so here in the Midwest, American Midwest, we've got North American Midwest. We have a lot of I'll say Hispanic. I always thought it was straight, mostly Mexican, but we've got, I have learned that we have a large Puerto Rican population, and there's another Latin country that there's a pretty good sized population, and I'm blanking on it now, and I apologize. One of my coworkers is, she's fluent in Spanish, and she has taught me a lot about the different dialects. She's like, she can translate, but sometimes she has to slow down, or slow it down, ask them to slow down, because she's like, the Puerto Ricans talk so fast. the fabric. Sadness. Oh, but we're almost there. Have a tendency to hyperflex my thumb. Now it hurts. Pushing the fabric onto safety pins. Spanish with each Hispanic country, slang can get messy. I can only imagine. I suppose it would be. It must be similar, I would think. One of my friends is from England, so like he's from London, so like yeah, we both speak English at each other, but there's a lot that doesn't line up. And we're just like, wait, what are you talking about? I imagine that it's got to be somewhat similar. It's like what I would call the trunk of the car, you know, the back of the car, the storage space. For him is the boot, and the hood of the car, for me, is his bonnet of the car. And the ground is always the floor, whether it's inside or outside. Even the rhythm of speaking, yeah, for sure. One more difficult seam. Last time wasn't so bad, so maybe this time won't be either. Maybe. Oh, I did not do myself any favors. I made this really narrow, right across where I need to have a safety pin through. Because of course I did. Wait, what am I even doing? Yeah, that's never gonna work. Okay. do a little adjusting, right? One day I tried hearing a Ireland radio station or Ireland radio show for curiosity and test my hearings. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, so I enjoy watching movies. I've just learned that I will always have the subtitles on, especially if it's any kind of British accent. But even without the British accent, we're just gonna always have the subtitles on, because otherwise I am not gonna be able to understand what anybody's saying. I am picking out the stitch for just a little bit of this seam, because I got too close. I made my casing too narrow. In a very chunky space. Like, I've made it too narrow in a couple spaces or spots already, but it was forgiving there. This is not a forgiving spot. Come when I run fairs there. I've only heard here in Mexico from the two big cities and like once a year. Yeah, so it depends on probably where you are. Where I'm at, there's two here in my town. Here in Omaha. We've got one in May. Well, no, are they both in May now? I don't know, they're competing and it's kind of dumb and dramatic. They're not real big ones, but they do go for, well, one of them is 2 weekends, the other one's just 1 weekend. The 2 weekend one is at a berry farm, or pumpkin patch berry farm. They have buildings. Now granted, the theme is more Western, but they are pretty creative in making it look Renaissance-y. But then the really big one, the closest really big one, would be the Kansas City Renaissance Festival. That one goes 7 weekends. There's one up in Minnesota, Minneapolis. That one I think is also maybe 6 or 7 weekends long. I wanted to go to that one. I've just never gotten around to going. There are a couple other ones here in in the next state over, Iowa. One in Des Moines. One in the Amana colonies. I think they maybe started doing one around the eastern side too. So there's quite a few, and that's just in the like I can drive there quickly range. And there's one out in Colorado, several in Illinois. So they're pretty common. Yeah, it's, and I chuckle because like until about 8 years ago, I don't know that I was in college, so probably about 15 years ago, I'd never been to a Ren fair, but then I got into it with a group that tried to do reenactment. How dedicated we were. I mean, it was a bunch of teenagers who don't know a whole lot, like, but it was fun. And that's where I met my bestie, and so yeah, it was good times. Once I got away from that group, I started going to more Ren fairs just to like go have fun, not necessarily try to be historically accurate. And there's both sides have merits. The historically accurate stuff can be a lot of fun too, but only if you want it. And you could say, as a community, like most of the people know each other, or are there always new faces? Definitely both. You'll have kind of your cliques, or and cliques is not a very nice word. I mean, you have the established folks who all know each other, and but there's always new people coming in, new acts, or just new shops. Because I tend to befriend some of the shop people, like shop owners. Some performers, but there's always new folks too, which is great. Oh, look, I got the safety pin out. Yay! One more thing of elastic I'm gonna have to send through at some point. That's the waistband. And it's always been my experience that the Renaissance community definitely has some of the kindest people, some of the most creative people. It's pretty rare that I've run into people who, just aren't very nice. Everybody kind of takes care of each other. Or if you don't, you become like the person who owns the second Renaissance Festival this year. We used to own the first one, but he lost a lot of standing when he told a group of female performers whose vehicle broke down that, oh, they could probably spend the night at the homeless shelter or something. Instead of, oh, hey, does anybody have a house they could crash at? They're camping, can they camp here a little longer? No. He went directly to, you could probably stay at one of the homeless shelters in town. And there's like a generational boom now, just because it's easier to make public this event and hobbies. I think probably a little bit of both. I definitely think the rise of the internet to be able to let people know kind of more about Renaissance festivals, like, through YouTube and whatnot, as well as the ability to advertise. I think that's probably as much it. There's definitely people who grew up going to the Renaissance Festival will probably continue to take their children to the Renaissance Festival, and I would say a little bit of that, but just as much bringing in the new folks and I think some pop culture can help with that a lot. There definitely seemed to be kind of a boom of very medieval / fantasy with Game of Thrones, people coming dressed as characters or similar to characters in that. Vikings are very popular now, so a lot of the costumes now that you see at the festivals are more Viking themed. So we'll see what the next thing is. Definitely, yeah. Seasonal or trendy. Yep, absolutely. And it does take a while for it to cycle. It doesn't... There will, I think, continue to be Game of Thrones inspired costumes for a long time. But then, we'll have the new Viking stuff. And there's always been some Vikings or barbarians or whatnot. So now there's just more of them. And then you have other nerdy things that kind of cross over. So you get some Doctor Who, and you get Star Trek, and probably some Star Wars, and D&D. Lots of D&D. Some of my friends like to go as a adventuring party. Get a rogue, somebody being an elf, somebody being barbarian, somebody being ranger. And you get all the people who come just wearing their jeans and t-shirts and just coming to have a good time, eat some good food, do some shopping, see some fun, entertaining shows. Ends of elastic together securely, stitch opening closed. Go ahead and do that, I think. Oh, at least the stitching. Stitching ends together securely. Oh yes, there are pirate themes. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I forgot about that. Yes, there sure are. So there's yeah, there will be lots of pirates at the Renaissance Festival, and here in town, in fact, coming up in like 3 weeks, I think, is Pirate Fest, which is the Renaissance Festival, but for pirates. Yeah, there will be several of those. The really fun ones that I would love to try to catch are actually in coastal states, so like in Florida and well, maybe it's just a couple different places in Florida. And Louisiana, I think, has a pirate festival, and they're like actually on the water, so they have actual boats, which is pretty cool. That would be fun to watch, or fun to go participate in. I do a lot of, I have had a piratey outfit, but I prefer to do kind of steampunk pirate, which is actually where I got my nickname, the Second Mate Kate, was from going to Pirate Fest with my friend. She was Octavia, captain of our ship, and I was our airship, and I was the second mate. I don't get to be first mate until I know more than Google knows. I feel like that elastic is way too big. People that I used to be friends with, they went to, I think it's in Tampa, in Florida, that has the Flotilla, which is just a giant pirate week. Sorry. Hit my microphone a few more times. Oh, feels something like that near here. Sounds like pretty cool and fun experiences. It is. Yeah, it would be nice if more places had that kind of thing. I would also like to try going. I've got a friend who moved to Latvia, and she goes to Renaissance festivals out in, places where the Renaissance actually happened. I was like, oh, that would be so cool. Hey, look, I have. Okay, it's definitely a little big. I can fix that. That is so easily fixable right now. Just need to find the end of the elastic and give it a little bit of a pull. Back here. Yeah. Do that. Actually stitch that significantly smaller. Do you go to any conventions? So that's another thing that the area I'm in don't have as many conventions. But they do seem to be there are more and more growing. The most common, or maybe only one here, are anime themed. Gotcha. So we have some that are anime themed, some that are just general pop culture. There's Crypticon, which is all things spooky and black. Oh, with them some gaming. Okay, yep. I think one of the larger ones just happened this last weekend in Indiana, Gen Con, which is a big gaming one. Hey, that Terry girl. Hello. Gaming is an analog gaming, not gaming like most packs. Fair enough. The last 4 years I started growing with tabletop games in some local shops. Nice. Yeah, I definitely need, like, card games and tabletop games, board games. Definitely. My super non-scientific method of yank and stitch works out. doesn't have to be off the shoulder necessarily. It can reach down the front a little bit. Eee, that's pretty. We're getting there. We're getting there. The next bit, I think, is putting the peplum on. Am I up to doing that? Yeah, we can do that one. Double down. How much extra ease are you finding is built into the pattern? It's hard to say. So I think, yeah. So when I cut this out 7 or 8 years ago, I cut it out to be a size 14. And I'm not sure if that's just because, yeah, that is the largest size on there. And yeah, that usually I'd be a 12. This is the second time where I've cut something out at a 14. I'm like, oh, that was interesting, Kate, you know, from back when. Now it'll fit me now. So, granted, something like this is gonna have tons of extra ease in there, I think. The last pattern that I did with Simplicity was the overalls, and they had a pretty good amount of ease built into it. So I would say, I mean, they're pretty close, pretty spot on, but I would say maybe in a couple inches around the torso. Hard to really say on the legs. But for the most part, because a lot of what I tend to make will be put underneath like a corset or I don't know, some other outer layer. So it doesn't have to necessarily be real tight or real precise, because it'll just get cinched in with the next layer. Stitch upper peplum front to upper peplum back at side seams. Simple enough. Now this will be fun. Is this going to be another piece of the ivory fabric, or is this one going to be the black fabric? For peplum, it is ivory. These with the iron because they've been wrinkled up in a bin for 7 years. The iron is leaking. That's what it is. did I actually pay attention? No. Yes, front is going to be the shorter one. That seems cool. Terry girl, do you go to any of those gaming conventions? We've got one here local that's called PretzCon. One of my good friends Ben's at it and runs games. I've not made it to that one yet. Ah, you work in the tabletop industry. Nice. What are PAXs? I want to say... because those are like the computer games. I never knew what it stood for. There was, I don't know if it was happening this year or not. The last convention that I went to, I'm on staff for CombatCon in Las Vegas. And at least last year, I think it was, there was a competitive computer gaming, PC gaming convention going on at the same time, which worked out for someone I knew whose husband was gonna go do that while he was doing the sword thing. It's like, that works out, I guess. I think that would be kind of fun. creative, creative outlet. It always sounds cool and creative. My colleagues are very creative. I'm just an editor and production manager. I used to write and editor at Geek and Sundry way back in the day. No kidding. Oh, cool. Pretty nifty. Done with a whole page of instructions. Yay! Put those back in the envelope. It's so satisfying to be able to put things back. For view A. Am I doing view A or view B? A. Alright. Good. Very true. Every part is important, I think, to make it happen, any project. Yep, absolutely. Make any project cool. Absolutely. And right side of lower peplum sections to wrong side of upper peplum. So how long approximately does it take to have an entire costume? Whew, that's different all over the place. Hey, Chubby Adepti, how are you doing today? I'm always impressed when people follow the instructions. They're probably too chaotic when sewing for that. I've been trying to be very following the instructions because I usually am like, no, I don't need to do that part. That doesn't seem important. And then I'm always like, probably should have done that, or it would have come out better. But yeah, how long around abouts does it take? It depends. And so like starting on this, I honestly don't remember how long it took me to cut out the pieces, because that was 8 years ago. But I would say probably 10 to 15 hours for some of the stuff that I tend to do, the Renaissance-y stuff. And that's just if I'm sewing it. If I end up adding any beading to it, any other embellishments, that adds to the time. I don't know where the notebook is. I've got an underskirt that I beaded with little seed beads, and I kept track of how long it took me doing that and how many beads I put on there. And there were thousands of beads, and I wish I could remember how long, like how much time I put into that. I listened to a lot of audiobooks working on that one. But yeah, I would say, so like, another of the projects that I did on stream was the McCall's Daenerys costume, and again, not counting the amount of time it took me to cut it out, because I had gotten everything cut out and started to assemble. I think on stream I probably put in about 9 to 10 hours of just sewing. You're usually redrafting vintage pattern for size, and by the time I finish my standard fitting alterations and some style alterations, I'm basically already well off the path. Fair. Hey, but at least you, like, draft this stuff? Me, I'm like, what's a mock-up? I'm just gonna make the thing. I should probably put the large dots on there. Find out how good these pencils are. Oh, you have the Daenerys one? You wanted to try drafting up a Bolero off of that pattern since the shoulders are so cool. How did you find it? So the one that I did, if you'll give me just a second, let me go find, I think, the patterns around in the next room over. So it's a Daenerys one. So it's this is McCall's one. So it's one of the older ones. And I ended up in adapting it because I just don't do things to look exactly like the original, so it ended up being, it's still blue and white, but it's white tabard with a blue skirt. Let's see if I can find a picture of it. Share the post. Nope, not the way I want to. Feel like, here we go. Join Twitch today. Excuse me? It's on my Instagram. If it let me link it here, otherwise it should be down below. It's telling me I apparently need to log into Twitch. I don't know. But so yeah, my Instagram's down there, and the work in progress photos, as well as the how it finally turned out, are there. I had shortened the back. I know that my I have a short neck back or neck waist measurement, so I shortened that, and I did do a little bit of tweaking for like bust, waist, hip measurements. It still ended up flaring out more over the hip than I was expecting. And the crisscross fit. What's up? I used some flannel to line the inside of it because I freeze, and knowing that I'm going to be in air conditioning at conventions, which is where I'd be wearing it. And being that there's obviously no sleeves, it's like, if I put flannel on the inside, then I'll be warmer. Cool. But I should have not used the flannel to line the crisscross bits. And, you know, live and learn. What do you do? But also, McCall's patterns are the worst. Their instructions are lacking. And the notches don't match up, like, ever. But if you can work around that, they turn out pretty good. too light. I feel like the blue's gonna be too dark. Steps that I tend to skip. I freaking never vote my time. You gotta head out? Okay, that was really nice to chat. Yeah, it was. Aw, thank you. I shall. Have a good night. Take care. I will see you around. So, in right side of lower peplum sections to wrong side of upper peplum, placing two sections at center front and center back, and having side edges meet at large dots. Getting it tuned is going to be where I'm going to end off for Let's see if I even get there. I do a real good job of flipping my scene or my threads. Years ago. Done. Stitch together. Uh, Spare pieces. Nothing like that. Hey, that's cool looking. Okay, end up other stitching. With these sides together. Oh, no, there's just more pieces. Yeah, that's all part of Well, I think that is... Thank you! Yay! I'm starting to take shape. Oh, and then... So, this is it. The bodice piece, or the top dress piece is going to be this white with a little bit of black. And then because I'm a bit of an edgelord, or I was that many years ago, the underskirt or the full skirt will be this cranberry taffeta. That doesn't look too bad. That still looks pretty alright. It's kind of a classic red, black, and white. And it's not a ton of black, it's just a little bit of black. Like, this is the only bit of black. But I also don't know yet what I'm gonna make the corset out of. I don't have any, well, I have more taffeta. I also have some there. This gigantic bowl of fabric that could either be shiny or less shiny. Oh, it's not quite the same. It's similar, not quite the same red. That'll drive me nuts. Choices, choices. Or I find something completely different to make the corset out of. I don't know. We'll find something eventually. I think that is... How much embellishment am I planning on? I don't know. I'm not really sure what embellishment I'm gonna end up doing. Of course it calls for the frogs on the front. There was like a part of me before I got these ironed down, they kind of looked spiderwebby. I was like, oh, that would be kind of cool to kind of make it do some embroidery that looks kind of cobwebby. I'm not sure. I might just get it done. We'll see. We'll see. I used to have a lot of beads. I gave my beads to a friend because I don't bead anymore. I do have a lot of trim. I could add some trim. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Also, it would be hella fun to make the wings. I don't have any fairy wings, and having a pair of fairy wings would be fun. I think that is where I'm gonna end for the night. Well, let's see. I always love to go raid other people. Let's see if there's anybody streaming. Yeah, you as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a lovely evening. And oh my gosh. Oh, so I'm sure everybody else was hearing it. My alert box is not coming through my headphones. Thank you. Almi, 22D&D, That Terry Girl, Chubby the Adepti for all the follows. I appreciate you all. I'm so sorry that it's not making the alert go through my headphones, so I don't know. I need to fix that. Figure out what's going on with it and fix it. There's some leather workers. Let's go raid on the leather workers. That looks fun. And go Rhinus Leatherworks. Raid channel. There we go. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. I will catch you all later.